In the not too distant future, next Saturday AD, there was a horse named Hunter, pretty different from you or me. He worked as an irate film critic, just reviewing some films, being oh so cynic. He did a good job and had a big fan base, but the viewers didn't like it, so they shot him into space. We'll send him cheesy movies, the worst we can find. La la la. He'll have to sit and watch them all, and we'll monitor his mind. La la la. Now keep in mind that Hunter can't control when the movies begin or end. La la la. He'll have to keep his sanity with the help of his Vtube friends. Vtube roll call chatbot. Lawler.
What is happening?
Tetragonus.
Hope you guys are ready for this.
If you're wondering how they eat and breathe and other science facts, la la la, just repeat to yourself, it's just a stream. I should really just relax. For Mystery Vtube Theater 3000.
Hello all, greetings and welcome to the Satellite of Love. I'm Hunter. I have been marooned in space by the chat, and these are my Vtube friends, Cow and Lawler.
Welcome everyone.
Yes, we sorted all the audio issues from the last time we did this.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Thank goodness, too.
You guys want to do a bit of introductions in case people missed out the last time we did this?
Please, Lola, go ahead. What should I?
Testing. I shall do my best. Please excuse me if my voice breaks occasionally. I'm actually traveling at the moment, but through the power of technology, I'm able to participate with all of you tonight. So I am
scary.
Well, to be fair, we are actually traveling to space, so I guess it's understandable.
That is very true. I heard that internet connections are not very good all the way up here in the ionosphere.
You would actually be surprised how good the internet connection is on the International Space Station.
I didn't even know the International Space Station had internet, to be honest.
They have live TV up there. They watch football.
No shit. Now
Yeah.
that's what I call benefits. So anyway, I am an artificial intelligence. My name is Lawler. You can also call me Lulz. I mostly cover indie games and the like. I do have a strong interest in science fiction, and I'm also actually a science fiction writer myself, which is part of the reason, or part of how I was found to do this MS3TKing with Headhunter. And once again, I'm happy to be here.
Right, and his link is down in the description, so is Cow's, which I did update your link, by the way.
Thank you.
They might need to refresh, but I did do it.
Yep, I saw it. Thank you so much.
No
And welcome
problem.
everybody. I am Cow Muyu. I'm a cow, and sometimes I go Mumu. You can check me on Twitch, where I play a huge variety of games. Currently stuck on Elden Ring, but anyway. Welcome everybody. I am very happy to be here with everyone.
Everyone but me is playing Elden Ring.
It's good stuff. I
don't play FromSoft games.
It's fun.
I don't really play any Dark Souls-ish games either, to be honest, unless you count Dragon's Dogma as one.
I don't. Anyway, we do have a movie today. We have Plan 9 from Outer Space. That's our experiment this week.
It's really awesome.
Yeah, this should be an interesting one. Because apparently there is a lot of music in this movie that's still under copyright.
Wow, didn't know that.
So the VOD for this is gonna get a lot of claims. So we'll see what happens with that.
I'm actually kind of surprised that this movie is relevant enough to even have copyright still.
You would be amazed how often this movie comes up in conversation. Oh, Lord. Anyway, I guess we should get started with that.
Yeah, let's begin, and hopefully we will learn what happened to the first 8 plans.
I'm sure that'll come out. Anyway, we got movie sign. I am the great and powerful Oz.
Chris will predict.
Greetings, my friend. We are all interested in the future, for that is where you and I are going to spend the rest of our lives.
Look at that
And
hairline.
remember, my friend, future events such as these will affect you in the future. You are interested in the unknown, the mysterious.
But I cannot for the life of me tell if it's a wig or not.
Here. And now,
Right?
for the first time, we are
I
bringing
guess
to
he's just
you
buttered.
the full story of what happened on that fateful day. We are giving you all the evidence based only on the secret testimony of the miserable souls who survived this terrifying ordeal.
The Capitol
The
riot
incidents,
on January
the
6th.
places. My friend, we cannot keep this a secret any longer. Let us punish the guilty. Let us reward the innocent. My friend, can your heart stand the shocking facts about grave robbers from outer space?
So should we punish those who made this movie?
Dead ass, I
Yeah,
swear.
some people should be punished, but I'm not sure it's the people you're thinking of.
At first, I thought I read that as Boris Johnson, and I was very confused.
Well, there it is, the Citizen Kane of bad movies.
Now that's a name, man love.
I am sorry for all of these. Yeah, sure. Lugosi Bela was already dead when this movie came out.
And we're back to the tombstones.
Yes, the random instruments next to each other music, my favorite.
You know, just for the intro, the production values don't look that bad, all things considered.
Written, produced, and directed by one person. Oh boy, here we go.
Oh,
All of us
yeah.
on this earth
It's one of those
know that
movies.
there is a time to live and that there is a time to die. Yet death is always a shock to those left behind.
Who invited the
It is
hobos
even
to
more
this
of a
funeral?
shock when death, the proud brother, comes suddenly without warning. Just at sundown, a small group gathered in silent prayer around the newly opened grave of the beloved wife of an elderly man.
Please, you need
Sundown
to
of the
open your
day,
nose to speak.
yet also the sundown of the old man's heart. For the shadows of grief clouded his very reason.
Having a picnic next to your funeral must be fine.
Who hired the hobos to dig the grave?
The
Tommy
funeral
Lee
over,
Jones has seen better
the saddened
days.
group left the graveside.
Everyone else gets a wooden cross, but this guy gets a full stone tombstone. Must have been the rich guy. Well,
It
time to
was
start
when the
grave
grave
robbing.
diggers started their task that strange things began to take place.
These are the most relaxed grave robbers I've ever seen.
And in broad daylight.
15 to 4. Yep, right on schedule. There's the old San Fernando Valley out there now.
Has anyone noticed
Captain,
how
something's
Radio
wrong.
landing
My
instructions,
controls
Danny.
aren't responding. That's because they're
Right,
made
Jeff.
of cardboard, Danny.
Burbank Tower, this is American Flight 812. Over.
Is it just me, or
Wouldn't
do
surprise me if he was
cockpits in
asleep
old
this time of the
movies
morning.
always look so spacious compared to real life?
American Flight 812, this is Burbank Tower.
It's also a lot
If I
fewer
were asleep, you'd never
buttons.
get on the ground. In your case, maybe I'll leave you up there for good. Over.
You got me that time, Mac. This American Flight 812
You
requesting...
might also calculate this fire.
Burbank
You can
Tower,
see
you
the
have
there it
American
is.
Flight 812.
I saw that, I
Over.
saw that.
Burbank
Exploding
Tower,
dinner plate.
American Flight 812. Over.
Holy mackerel.
Burbank Tower to American Flight 812. Are you in trouble?
Trouble?
Yeah, we're in
Take a
trouble.
look
All our
for
controls
yourself.
are made of cardboard.
Oh, there he goes.
World.
That's nothing from this world.
Burbank Tower to American Flight 812. Are you in trouble? Are you in trouble?
Mayday, mayday. Stand by, Burbank Tower.
You suppose a passenger saw it?
I doubt it. Most of them are asleep. But it was quite a jolt, Jeff. I'll check.
Good. We'll get it ready for landing. And keep it quiet until we get instructions.
Right.
Okay, Danny.
American Flight 812, reporting to Burbank Tower.
We
Over.
gotta cover this up for some reason.
Quite unstable.
The flight stabilizers stopped working 8 months ago. Never bothered to get them fixed.
I don't know how many years difference there is between this movie and the last,
Did you hear
but the
anything?
special effects for the
I don't
UFO are
hear.
to die
Don't
for.
like hearing noises, especially when there ain't supposed to be any. Yeah, sort of spooky like. Maybe we're getting old. Whatever it is gone now. That's the best thing for us too. Gone. Yeah, that's
It's
All right,
supposed to
back
be
to grave
that
robbing.
night.
So they had this funeral out in the woods?
The God GF.
It's the
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
64
whoa, whoa.
version of Dracula.
Is this a science fiction film?
Those were the actors
Of his
suddenly
wife's death
realizing that they're in a
became
terrible
greater
movie.
and greater agony. The home they had so long shared together became a tomb, a sweet memory of her joyous living. The
And a
sky
great
to which she
ass.
had once looked was now only a covering for her dead body. The ever beautiful flowers she had planted with her own
Exorcist
hand
Origins.
became
Damn
nothing
kids
more
are
than the
peeing
lost
in my
roses
rose bushes again.
of her cheeks. Confused by his great loss,
Also
the old man
confused
left
by the
that
rheumatoid
home,
dementia.
never to return again.
Did he just get hit by a car?
I have no idea what the point of that scene was.
At the funeral of the old man, unknown to his mourners,
Tunes
his
like a clown
dead
car.
wife was watching.
Shit, I was about to say the
First
same
his
thing.
wife, then he.
Tragic.
I mean, I know it's a
Probably
mausoleum, but still, come
Why was
on,
his
man.
wife buried in the ground
Cardboard
and he failed
mausoleum.
in a crypt?
Something to do with family tradition, a superstition of some sort.
Oh.
Well, it's getting dark. Let's be on our way.
Then, as two
Yeah, try
of
not
his
to knock over
mourners
the
left
cardboard
his final resting
tombstones.
place,
For the cardboard dead people.
It looks like the grave robbers are sleeping on the job.
Again! next morning...
I am so very confused by the passage of time.
It's a very long drive.
Minutes later, the police, led by
I
Inspector
really like
And it's
old
night
Minutes
again.
later.
arrived at the scene.
Minutes later.
The man and girl. Medical.
It must be really convenient to just put a red light on top of the roof of your car when you got to go fast.
Along most any time.
You get their statement?
Yeah, much as we could. They're pretty scared.
Finding a mess like this ought to make anyone frightened. Have one of the boys.
That inspector guy,
Guy
dead
and the
ass in
girl
the center,
back to
sort of
town.
looks like a
We'll take
fatter
charge.
Harrison Ford.
Okay, Inspector. What are you going to do?
Look around a little.
Pretty dark out there.
Yeah,
Once
there's
you
been
get
a
beyond the range of
murder,
those lights,
see?
you won't be able to see your hand in front of your face.
I will get one of the flashlight from the patrol car.
Be careful, please.
I'm a big boy now, Johnny.
Be careful what you walk 2 feet to the left and get a flashlight. Wouldn't want you to hurt yourself.
Surprised they had the money for a flashlight.
Well, someone turned the fog machine up to 11 today.
You think they borrowed it from a friend? Take your time, old man.
Weird thing is, the old guy is the fakest looking thing on
Looks like
screen.
a bobcat tore into them.
Yeah.
It's a
I know he's got a
Lieutenant.
death flag, but good on him to actually
You
take
get
out
that
his
funny
gun.
odor?
How could I miss it? Oh, that'll be the morgue wagon now.
That's the 5th siren in the last hour.
Something's happened down at the cemetery. A lot of police cars and lights. I stopped, but I didn't see anything. Oh, well, whatever it is, the morning paper will carry the whole story.
Wait, is it supposed to be a greenhouse or a living room?
Meanwhile, in another movie, I guess.
You seem to still be up there somewhere.
Maybe I am.
It does sort of look like a reused
I
set,
don't
to be
think
honest.
I've ever seen you in this mood before.
I guess it's because I've never been in this mood before.
Something about your flight?
Yeah.
What happened, Jeff?
The in-flight movie was Biodome with Pauly Shore.
Flying saucer.
Oh god.
Saucer. You mean the kind from up there?
Yeah, its counterpart. It was shaped like a huge cigar. Dan and Edith saw it too. And when it passed over, the whole compartment lighted up with a blinding glare. Then there was a tremendous wind that practically knocked us off our course.
Well, did you report it?
Yeah, radioed in immediately, and they said, we'll keep it quiet until you land. And as soon as we landed, big army brass grabbed us and made us swear to
Recorded with
secrecy
my
about
new
the whole
iPhone,
thing.
of course.
Oh, it
How's
burns
that
me
swear
up.
to
These things
secrecy
have been
thing
seen
going
years.
for
They
ya?
hear, it's a fact. And the public ought to know about it.
There must be something more you can do about it.
Only there isn't. Oh, but what's the use of making a fuss? But last night I saw a flying object that couldn't have possibly been from this planet. But I can't say a word. I'm muzzled by army brass. I can't even admit I saw the thing.
Angry photons.
It's those damn Russians again!
Another day, another funeral.
Oh god, someone's got a flashlight.
My god, what's happening?
Man, that fog just makes everyone look fake.
Check it out.
Oh, what fresh hell is this? It better not be those damn commies again.
When was this movie made again?
1959.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I want to be in your bed, the movie, blah. It better not be those damn Newton boys again. Oh, they drive me to drink.
Please God. It's just 2 months until retirement.
Bruh. Holy shit, these vampires.
Oh, the wildest tricycle of his life.
Dracula in Rule 34, Dracula. Oh no!
The bullets are ineffective, Elmer Fudd.
If that apparition we saw had something to do with it, come on.
He's sleeping at work.
Paula and Russell are under there like, hey, get your own burial site.
Is he dead?
Yeah. He's messed up as bad as those two back there. Suppose that saucer or whatever it was had something to do with this?
Your guess is as good as mine, Larry. One thing sure.
Maybe don't point
Inspector
that at
Clay's
yourself.
dead. Murdered. And somebody's
This point,
responsible.
there's nothing to
You're in
lose.
charge now, Lieutenant.
Yeah, guess I am.
He's got his finger on the trigger and
Back up the
everything.
car and gather radio. Tell the coroner he's got to make another trip out here.
Well, how about the lab boys?
Who do you think we left back up the car? Boy Scouts? Come on, Larry.
All right, just stop pointing that gun at yourself.
Greater love hath no man.
We gather here
than to
today
lay down
for
his life
the 5th funeral
for
this
another.
week.
It is always difficult to have last words over the grave of a friend.
I appreciate how we're only a few minutes
Daniel
into the
Clay
movie and we already have
was a
death
friend,
counts standing at like
a
3
dear
or 4
friend to
people.
me and to all of us. The bell
Secret
has
lover.
rung upon his great career. Now we lay him to
Even
rest.
Lady Dracula is in
A
attendance.
rest well deserved, but so premature.
She's pressing meth.
Meanwhile, somewhere else, there are 3 of them now.
People turning south from the freeway were startled when they saw 3 flying saucers high over Hollywood Boulevard.
On the
Okay, I got it. That's
nondescript
pretty cool.
freeway. Tonight on CBS News and
A
NBC
woman startled
News.
by the sight in the sky telephones the police.
The Sword of the Words adaptation is kinda low.
Wait. Oh, sweet, a newspaper. I can burn this in a pile for heat.
It looks like he's not going to read this one.
There comes a time in each man's life when he can't even believe his own eyes.
Yeah, like right now, watching this movie.
Saucers seen over Hollywood. Flying saucers seen over Washington, D.C.
You idiot, that's an airplane.
The
Captain,
Army
can't look
convoy
in.
moved into the field.
The TV shows.
The Army convoy moved into the nondescript field.
What in the hell is that? I've never seen a
Rockets on the Jeep, it's a great idea.
Rockets were quickly set up. Colonel
Cold
Tom
War
Edwards,
tech,
in
man.
charge of
Filmed
saucer
somewhere
field
in
activities,
Korea
was to make the
during
greatest
the Korean
decision of his
War.
career. He made that decision. Colonel Edwards gave the signal to fire.
That was 96 minutes. artificial.
I'm sorry, were we supposed to be aiming at the clouds? No, you idiots!
Accuracy 0%.
Somehow more accurate than Russian artillery fire in Ukraine.
Well, at least they are giving them a fire rate.
It may be bad, but it's not wrong.
Now
Hey
we ain't hitting
guys, you are
shit. They're on a
firing them
completely
the wrong
different
layer.
soundstage.
Yeah, one of them disappeared. Now two of them.
As swiftly as they had
They're
come,
too fast.
they were gone, even to the piercing eye of radar and the speeding jet fighters.
Who are now here for some reason, even though they weren't before.
Quite a sight, wasn't it, sir?
Look at my giant radio, sir.
Holy
Are you
shit.
worried about them, sir?
Well, they must have a reason for their visits.
Visits? Well, that would indicate visitors. Well, the big gun's the usual way of welcoming visitors.
We haven't always fired at them.
Oh?
For a time, we tried to contact them by radio, but no response. Then they attacked a town. A small town, I'll admit, but nevertheless a town of people. People who died.
I never heard about that.
I mean, yes, towns
Well,
usually
it was
have
covered
people.
up by the higher echelon. Take any
And
fire,
vampires,
any
apparently.
earthquake, any major disaster, then wonder. Flying saucers, Captain, are still a rumor. Officially.
Meanwhile,
Like
somewhere
to keep them
else.
off again, sir.
What do they want? Where are they from? Where are they going?
They, sir? Who?
Away
Well,
from
this is
this
a training
movie.
maneuver, sir. We only did a little practice firing at the clouds.
Yeah. I wonder what their next move will be.
Who, the clouds, sir?
Maybe they're going to rain.
Dave,
What will their
Dave,
next move
Park,
be?
Dave, God damn it! Cover nipples.
Your space commander has returned from Earth.
Send him in.
That's a bit Star Trek fanfiction.
And cover
You
nipples.
have your report?
We had to pull in here to Space Station 7 for regeneration. We're returning to the planet Earth immediately thereafter.
What progress has been made?
We contacted government officials. They refuse our existence.
What plan will you follow now?
Plan 9. It's been
Name
absolutely
drop.
impossible to work through these Earth creatures. Their soul is too controlled.
Plan 9. Ah, yes. Plan 9 deals with the resurrection of the dead. Long-distance electrode shot into the pineal and pituitary glands of recent dead.
Why?
You attempted any of this plan as yet?
Yes, Excellency.
How successful has it been?
We have risen too so far. We shall be just as successful on more.
The living, they have no suspicion of your movements?
We had to dispose of one policeman. However, none of those risen have been seen. At least not by anyone who still remains alive.
It's too bad it must be handled this way. But it must. Those who we take
Or
from the
we could
grave
just
will
leave
lead
them
the way
alone.
for our other operations.
Or we could
Yes,
just, you know,
Excellency.
go
Continue
down to
on.
Capitol,
Report
say
to me in
hi,
2 Earth days.
fire a couple ray guns into the sky. I mean, come on.
I
They're
feared His
Americans.
Excellency
They love
wouldn't take our
guns.
report this well.
Well, had he been dealing with our own people, his reaction would have been completely different. He understands the difficulties of the Earth race.
What do you think will be the next obstacle the Earth people will put in our way?
Well, as long as they can think, we'll have our problems.
Taco Bell.
But those whom we're using cannot think. They are the dead, brought to a simulated life by our electrode guns.
Little did they realize we would
You
throw
know,
COVID at
It's an
them
interesting
soon
thing
enough.
when you consider the Earth people who can think are so frightened by those who cannot, the dead. Well, our ship should be regenerated. We better get started.
Okay, left. God damn it. No, wrong way again. Dave. God damn it, Dave. This is air traffic control. Is there a problem out there? Yes!
Then parallel parking must be tough. Oh god, they nearly smashed together. There's wind in space, by the way.
I still think you ought to go in town and stay with your mother until I get back.
This is our home, and nothing's going to take me from it.
Even if we did paint it the ugliest shade of pink imaginable.
From going home to Mama.
That's not the point.
That's all the point there's going to be. Now toddle off and fly your flying machine, darling. But if you see any more flying saucers, will you tell them to pick another house to buzz? Be careful. Don't worry about me.
Tell them to stop blasting Danger Zone.
I do worry about. Oh, forget about the flying saucers. They're up there. But there's something in that cemetery. And that's too close for
Dead
comfort.
people.
The saucers are up there, and the cemetery's out there. But I'll be locked up in there. Now, off to your wild blue yonders.
You promise you'll lock your doors immediately?
I promise. Besides, I'll be in bed before half an hour is gone, with your pillow beside me.
My pillow?
Well, I
The
have to
body
have something
pillow.
to keep me company while you're away.
What else am I going
Sometimes
to make
in the night
out
when it
with?
does get a little lonely, I reach over and touch it. Then it doesn't seem
Here's a
so
body
lonely
pillow
anymore.
of him.
A crazy kid. I do love you, darling.
You know, I just noticed that in old movies, couples never have children.
Meanwhile, the aliens are up there spying on them like, ooh, are you getting it on?
See you Thursday.
Goodbye, honey.
Ended too soon.
You know I'm not leaving here until you're locked safely inside.
All right, darling.
I gotta say, I like her outfit.
I didn't hear you lock the door.
If you're especially nice,
Going to
I
work
may
in
even
style.
lock the side door.
And be sure you keep the yard lights on.
Wait, this is the wrong side of the car.
Will the yard lights stop the UFOs?
I really wish they would give us controls that actually work.
You're mighty silent this trip, Jeff.
Hmm?
You haven't spoken 10 words since takeoff.
I guess I'm preoccupied, Danny.
His disappointment is immeasurable,
33
but is his
passengers
day
back there would
ruined?
have time to be preoccupied. Flying this flybird doesn't give you that opportunity.
I guess you're right, Danny.
Paula,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong between you two.
Oh, no, nothing like that. Just that I'm worried she being there alone and
So
those
how many
strange
health
things
signs
flying
did
over the
he
house.
see on
Those
uninhabited
incidents in the
islands
graveyard these past few days just got
so
me worried.
far?
Well,
and my
maybe they
erectile
haven't figured out those crazy
dysfunction.
skybirds yet, but I give you 50 to 1
Ground
odds
control
police
to
cleared up that
Major
cemetery thing by
Tom.
now.
I hope so.
If you're really that worried, Jeff, why don't you radio in and find out? Mac should be on duty at the field by now. He could call Paul and relay the message to you.
Hi, Edie.
Hi, Silence. I haven't heard
Hey,
a word
Dave,
from
you got
him
another
since the plane
problem
left
up
the
there?
field.
Yeah, the
Now,
controls
Justin
are
giving
fucking
himself
broken
and me a
again.
study in silence.
You boys aren't feuding.
No, no, Edie, nothing like that.
Hey, Edie, how about you and me balling it up in Albuquerque?
Albuquerque, have you read that flight schedule, boy?
What about it?
We land in Albuquerque at 4 a.m. That's strictly a 9 o'clock town.
Well, I know a friend that'll help us.
Let's have the problem first. Huh, Danny?
Oh, he's worried about Paula.
Now you
I
got
read
me
about
thinking
that
about that
cemetery
Weird
business.
Al song,
I tried to get you
Albuquerque.
kids not to buy too near one of those things. We get there soon enough as it is.
He thought it'd be quiet and peaceful there.
Is her
No doubt about
clipboard
that.
made of
It's
corrugated
quiet, all right,
steel?
Like a tomb. I'm sorry, Jeff. That was a bad joke. Say, I almost forgot what I came in here for. How's the coffee situation?
That's for me.
It sure wouldn't hurt anything, Edie.
Okay, be right back. And say, Jeff, make that call to Mac.
Nah, not only she throw cold water on my Albuquerque plan, but now she's repeating herself. How about that Albuquerque ball?
I can't resist your charm, Danny boy.
Stop saying Albuquerque!
Residents near the cemetery paid little attention to
We're
the
going
blast
to burn
of
in the
thunder.
sun.
I am burning alive in the
But from the
sunlight.
blast arose the moving figure of the dead old man.
Didn't even name him.
This is silly. This is what Richard Nixon was gonna do. And I'll go into people's houses at night and wreck up the place.
Hello? Who?
We'd like to talk to you about your car's extended warranty that's about to expire.
Sure, I'm all right. I just fell asleep.
It's the middle of the night.
Jeff, I'm all right.
Of course she's asleep.
Why are the
Okay,
lights
Mac.
on?
Thanks for calling. Good night.
I want to suck your blood. I mean, kidnap you. I mean, what are we doing?
Cat her, I guess. His only weakness,
She
a
waited
bed.
a whole 10 seconds before she did the standard scream.
How close is she to that cemetery?
I've fallen, and I can't get up.
Hey, this is the same scene as before.
If only I could walk faster, blah.
Ah, the miracle of birth.
She's only walking slow because that corset is freaking suffocating her.
Maybe she was paid by the minute. Oh no, he's struggling.
I wasn't dead. I was in a coma. Thanks for burying me alive, assholes.
He's dead. And the hero. Oh no.
It's kind of hard to figure out where all of these characters reside spatially because we have to keep reusing the same soundstage.
I have yet
Well,
to
the next day.
understand. I have yet to understand the correlation between the vampires and UFOs.
Is it day or night?
Mrs. Trent!
A passed out girl on the side of the road. My lucky day.
zombie gore.
Please show more of his ass.
Damn boy, he
Dude, zombies that are not zombies, vampires that aren't affected by daylight.
thank God he's slow.
Oh, dang, I forgot to put the key in the ignition. That's how this doohickey works.
Alas, my only weakness.
If only I walked more than a top speed of half a mile a day.
If only I could care.
If only I could figure out where the fuck am I?
Boomer!
Meow. This cemetery is like Silent Hill, it only exists at night.
Also, it's the only place that's foggy.
These jump cuts are all over the place.
We want to, I don't know.
Medical help, maybe?
They'll be at the hatch in a moment. You can open it now, Tanner.
Don't tell me what to do. Meanwhile, with our ham radios.
Turn off the electrodes quickly. They can't tell us from anyone else.
It's vampires versus aliens up in here.
Oh, I got scared there for a moment.
Bleh, I want to come in as well. See, you have to invite him in.
Blah, open sesame.
It's tough to find something when you don't know what you're looking for.
I don't think the lieutenant does either.
Then what are we doing out
Maybe
here?
a giant
I was off
saucer?
duty an hour ago.
Oh, don't ask me any questions. I'm just a hard hand just like you.
I'm just a dumbass just like you.
CDLA PD is just as competent then as they are now.
Whatever it was, it's no more strange than the other things happening around this cemetery.
Yeah, like the 18
Spirits
other
like old Farmer
UFOs
Coleman
that
talked
only
about.
show up
What,
when
maybe?
they're walking
And
dead.
the spirits he saw tonight were those I
Coincidence?
smelled on his
Probably
breath.
not.
Well, don't forget, Miss Trent claims to have seen them, too. She didn't have anything on her breath.
She was hysterical.
Well, true, she was frightened and in a state of shock. But don't forget that torn nightgown and the scratched feet.
Stop pointing that gun at
Yeah,
yourself!
I hadn't thought of that.
Don't you know that gun
Guess
safety
that's
was
why
only
you're a
invented
detective
recently?
lieutenant and I'm still a uniformed cop.
What, yesterday?
Sometimes it's only the brakes, Larry. Meantime, let's get going.
Lieutenant, did you hear that?
How could we help it?
It sure was strange.
Know what it was?
No more than you do.
If we're in for orders, I get out of here right now.
It was a saucer.
A flying saucer?
What makes you say that? Do you remember the noise we heard the other night? We were knocked to the ground. How could I forget? Exactly. But you're not remembering that sound. There you're wrong, Lieutenant. I'm with the fact the sound is similar, but what about the blinding light? Well, haven't you heard? And many times the saucer hasn't had a glow. Or a light of any kind, for that matter.
I don't know, sir. If it
That
doesn't have a
proves
blinding
it.
light, it's
What next,
probably
Lieutenant?
not a flying
Oh,
saucer.
Lieutenant, maybe this doesn't mean much, but Jamie Meade found a grave that looks like it's been busted into.
What? Where?
Why, what?
Come on, man, out with it. We haven't got all day to waste.
Those damn
just,
grave
over there
robbers
beyond the
again.
crypt.
I
All
thought
right,
they
show
were
us the
dead.
way.
Look, here it is, Lieutenant.
It's been broken into, all right.
Strange. If someone had broken in,
The dirt should be piled up here somewhere. It looks like it's fallen into the grave.
Larry, you'll be out of that uniform before you know it.
Do we have the right to look down there, Lieutenant?
Technically, no.
No?
Well, this spot looks familiar, though. We shouldn't investigate any further without the permission of next of kin.
Let's go get it.
Amazing they forgot where they
I see
buried
what you
their
mean. The
police
gravestone's
chief.
down there.
Well, let's go down and find out whose grave it is.
How?
By going down and finding out.
Are you sure you mean that, Lieutenant?
If I didn't mean it, I wouldn't have said it.
Scared? Well, why do I always get hooked up with these spook details?
The gravestone buried completely.
Bodies. Oh, all right.
It's right around now where they actually push him into the grave.
Casket's here, but nobody's in it. Can you read the name on the casket?
It's too dark. Give me a flashlight.
How about a match?
We sure could try it. Let me have them.
Okay.
Certified badass.
It's Inspector Clay's grave. But he ain't in it.
Meanwhile,
But
somewhere else.
the Pentagon in Washington, D.C.
Right, G2. Come in. Yes,
These
of
are my
course.
2
I'll
phones.
keep in touch. Come in, Colonel Edwards. Close the door. At ease, Colonel.
Thank you, sir.
Sit down. I understand, Colonel, you've been on tap for many of our saucer attacks.
I'm in charge of field operations, sir.
You believe there are such things as flying saucers, Colonel?
Yes, sir.
You've seen them?
Yes, sir.
You realize there's a government directive stating that there is no such thing as a flying saucer?
Yes, sir.
You stand by your statement that you've seen flying saucers?
Well, yes, sir.
There are no flying saucers in Washington,
In a
D.C.
court-martial, admitting this against direct orders.
General Roberts, may I speak freely?
You may.
How could I hope to hold down my command if I didn't believe in what I saw and shot at?
Because we told you to blame the
I,
communists, obviously.
Thank you, Colonel.
Thank you, sir.
This is 1959.
There
We
are
blame the
flying
commies.
There's no doubt they are in our skies. They've been there for some time.
What are we going to do about it?
Nuke the skies.
Who knows?
Then they really are there.
I thought you were convinced of that.
I am.
We've had contact with them.
Contact? How?
Radio.
They speak our language?
Well, not quite. We received messages from their spaceships. For a while, it came in as just a lot of jumbled noise.
And now, sir?
Well, since they first tried contact with us by radio, we've developed a language computer. A machine that breaks down any language to our
Sir,
own.
what is a computer?
General,
It's
what's this all got to
1959.
do with me?
Well, you've been in charge of saucer field activity for a long while. I think it's about time you heard these recordings. Do you mind?
From this angle, it looks almost like he is chewing gum while talking.
Who's to say he isn't?
That was his payment for the role.
This is Eros, a space soldier from a planet of your galaxy. I fully realize
Thank you for the
our
nondescript
language
your
differences.
galaxy.
However, I also know you finally have perfected the dictoroboter, or as
Your
younger call
galaxy
it,
is no longer
the
yours.
so you can now understand that which I speak. Since
How
the
are you,
beginning of your
gentlemen?
time, we have been
All
far
your
beyond
base
your
are
planet.
belong to
It has
us.
taken you centuries to even grasp what we developed eons of your
What you
years
say?
ago.
You
Do you
have
still
no
believe
chance
it
to
impossible
survive.
to
Make
exist?
your time.
You didn't actually think
Ha,
we
ha,
were
ha.
the only inhabited planet in the universe. How can any race be so stupid? Permit me to set your mind at ease. We do not want to conquer your planet, only save it. We could have destroyed
They're
it
killing
long ago
everyone.
if that had been our aim. principal purpose is friendly. I admit we have had to take certain means which you might refer to as criminal. But that is because of your big guns, which have destroyed some of our representatives. If you persist in denying us our landings, then we must only accept that you do not want us on friendly terms. We then have no alternative but to destroy you before you destroy us. With your ancient, juvenile minds, you have developed explosives too fast for your minds to conceive what you were
Was
doing.
the recording has a reverb on it too?
Yeah, you're so dumb for developing bombs so quickly.
This is our last.
That's the end of that one.
Well, it sounds like they just came in to insult us.
With transmitting.
How many of these recordings do you have, General?
Are you saying that they came here to laugh at us?
We received it over a month ago.
You think they mean business?
To be fair, we are very funny, sir.
Come over here. You ever been to Hollywood?
Oh, a couple of times, a few years ago.
In typical fashion, the aliens have taken over the western United
Just a few minutes
States.
from Hollywood, in the town of San Fernando, reports have come in of saucers flying so low the exhaust knocked people to
Maybe
the
they
ground.
just want to be
There have even
in
been
better
stated
movies.
claims of saucer landings. Major Carlson will replace you while you're out there. You're the best man for the job.
Major
with attention to
Carlson,
contact
but
them.
sir,
Find them, Colonel.
he's a kiss ass.
See what in hell it is they want.
All right, sir.
I'll kiss your ass, Private, if you don't get in line.
These are confidential reports, Colonel. Read them over carefully.
Bro, is that a
on the
laser
plane.
disc? What the fuck is
Turn them
that?
over to intelligence when you get to Los Angeles. They'll have further orders for disposition.
There's also a really good egg salad recipe in there.
Colonel Edwards,
And some pictures
Yes,
of
sir.
his mom.
good luck.
Thank you, sir.
She's a very nice lady.
There are few things more American than egg salad and chicken fried steak.
Meanwhile, at the space boob. And cover nipples.
Heil Plan 9.
We are ready to report, Excellency.
Ja, mein Spaceführer.
It was unavoidable. We tried to transmit via televisor, but atmospheric conditions made transmission impossible.
You should have transmitted as soon as conditions permitted.
I thought time was of the essence. Suspicion has fallen upon our movements. Our ships have
That
been
ain't
viewed
no
near the point of
moon.
operation.
That's a space station.
And what has this added time gained, Eros?
It's a space station
We
mostly
have
made of
successfully
curtains.
risen 3 of the dead ones.
Permit me to see one.
Bring in the big one. Use your small electrode gun.
You can see the
I
orange
have
tip.
taken 2 ships from your command.
But that will leave only my ship.
It is necessary that you continue your mission alone. I have need of your other ships elsewhere. Even though you have risen 3 of the Earth's dead, the plan is far from successful, and you, Eros, must prove it an operational success before more
What even is the plan?
energy, ships, and your countrymen.
The plan is to raise the dead because apparently only aliens
will
are
not
capable
fail.
of doing that.
Everything is on our side.
That'll prove that aliens are
We do
real.
not have the live Earth people.
Step 1, raise dead. Step 2, question mark. Step 3, profit.
You reported that your ship was viewed at the scene of your present operations.
That is correct.
They have been viewed many times, but not at the scene of operations. Something must be done about that.
Is he wearing slippers? Hey, I heard you was looking for me.
He's close enough. Turn off your electrode gun. No! No! Stop him, Dennis!
What?
I can't get it!
Very scared of us.
Stop him, you fool!
Drop the gun to the floor, Tanner. The metal will break contact.
That's a very ineffective way to use a gun.
And they
That
don't
was
even know
too
what they're
close.
doing.
Yes. Bring the giant here that I may get a better look at him.
God forbid I stand up.
Yes, she's a fine specimen. Are they all this powerful on planet Earth?
This one is an exception, Excellency.
I can't tell if my eyes are open or
One is a
closed.
woman, the other an old man.
An old man, you say?
Yes, Excellency.
Get me away from them! They were making me watch Hannah Montana all day!
Pick up your electrode gun. Make sure it's in working order before pointing it at him.
Whatever made it jam seems to have been cleared by the fall.
Take him back to the ship.
And it somehow works.
The old one must be sacrificed. Re-land on Earth. Send the old one to enter a dwelling. Then cut the electrokinetic and turn on your ship's decomposure ray. The result will astound those watching. Astound them enough to delay their intention until you have gained your other recruits from the cemetery.
Yes, Excellency. It'll be done.
Do they know there are more
Report to me when this
cemeteries
has
in
been
Earth?
accomplished.
Yeah,
What are
put
they
the old
going
man
for?
inside of a house and then disintegrate him.
Heroes,
That'll
the
show him.
Earth people are getting closer to that which we fear. Since they will not listen or respect our existence, they cannot help but believe our powers when they see their own dead walking round again, brought about by our advancement and such things. As soon as you have enough of the dead recruits, march them on the capitals of the earth. Let nothing stand in your way. Their own dead will be used to make them accept our existence and believe in that fact.
I'm sorry, how is this supposed to prove that aliens are real?
Why don't they just go down and say hi?
Science.
Meanwhile, on a dusty road outside of Bakersfield.
What are these shots, Jesus?
And then somewhere else. What?
They sure have a lot of police commissioners.
Mr. Miss Strand, this is Colonel Edwards from Washington, D.C.
Good evening, Colonel.
Hello, Colonel.
Hello, I am Colonel Edwards
Colonel
from
would like to
Washington,
ask you a
D.C.
few questions.
Questions? What about, Colonel? May I sit down?
Oh, I'm sorry. Please do.
I want to ask you about your strange experience the other night when you saw the flying saucer.
Have you been drinking
That
at
flying
work?
saucer?
After that, the police brought me
Resemblances between this movie
I
and
hope I never see such a
XCOM,
sight
the
again.
XCOM third-person
After your
shooter game
description, I
are
don't think I'd
uncanny.
want to see it either. One thing more. After you were forced to the ground by that blast of wind, was it a hot or cold blast?
It's kind of hard to explain. It wasn't hot, wasn't cold. It was just a terrific
Lukewarm.
force. We couldn't get off the ground.
The light blinded me so badly, I couldn't see a thing. We could only feel the pressure of the wind until it was gone.
And the unrelenting
When
pressure
the glare
from the
left,
voices in
we
our
could see
heads.
a glowing ball disappearing off in the distance,
Which way?
toward the cemetery.
Seriously, what am I doing?
Advance, I have finally escaped.
I think every time this
It was
shot
the
is
most
used.
fantastic story I've ever heard.
And every word of it's true, too.
That's the fantastic part of it.
Colonel, we found a
I
lot of
must
suspicious things out that
re-establish my
cemetery.
top level.
Then again, didn't find anything to base a fact or suspicion on.
See, they've been taking
Hey.
shots of Coca-Cola.
You hear anything? You see anything out
You
there?
know what they
Calvin?
say, anything red has to be on the menu.
Lieutenant.
We only drink Pepsi in this country.
Stinking awful bad.
Just sounds like someone's very bad at playing the violin.
There's something out there.
Bruh.
This is very awkward.
The thrilling excitement as we wait for something to happen.
Are they seriously just watching as this guy gets eaten by Dracula? I guess he needs a cab.
That's just a cosplayer. There's a Dracula convention in town right now.
He kicked that shit out of the fucking way, holy shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, the other guy just disappeared.
Oh shit, the CIA is closing in.
Running away would be too easy.
Yo, did Dracula just get vaporized? Oh my god, he
They
did.
Obi-Wan Kenobi'd him!
Strike me down and I should become more memeable than you could possibly imagine.
What do you make of that?
She got me. Didn't look that way a minute ago.
What about your man?
Oh, the excitement I forgot all about, Kelton.
It's those damn Democrats, isn't it?
You know, for a
He'll be all right in a few minutes.
Did you see that thing?
A few minutes later, apparently.
What was it? It didn't fall.
Wait, a
It
human
fired every
insulator,
bullet I
what?
had.
So did I. I don't know what it was or what happened. But unless that bag of bones over there can reassemble itself, it's out of the running now.
And now we will reassemble it from our spaceship.
the power of Christ compels him.
That's demons.
Colonel, I've been out here so often, you think I've taken a lease on this place.
Not a long lease, I hope.
I see
This
what you mean.
movie is a
You know,
demon.
I can't help but feel the answers out here somewhere.
All right, let's hurry up. We only have the sound
girl
stage
safe?
for another 2 hours.
Mrs. Trent, you better stay with the car.
Stay here alone? Not on your life.
Modern women.
Yeah,
Bruh,
they've been
she
that
is
way
not
all down
wearing
through the ages,
a bra.
Especially in a spot like this.
Cal. Yes, sir. Stay with Mrs. Trent.
All right, Lieutenant.
Now, you stay close to the officer, honey.
I'd feel safer with you.
Those are definitely some of the perkiest I've ever seen.
Now, the lieutenant
Somewhere
knows
out
best.
there, there's a
Well, I
lady
don't like
Dracula
it, but I
looking
guess
for her
there isn't much I
man.
can do about it.
You have a gun?
No.
You know how to use one?
After 4 years in the Marine Corps,
Here.
They just made that
I
up.
think we'll need these.
You can never tell. Let's get going.
Smoke.
He's dead.
Would expect to find out here.
Well, there's only one answer to that, Mr. Trent. We'll know when we find it. Inspector Clay's grave right over here.
Is that the one you told me was broken into?
Yes.
I see Lady Dracula's gone off to
This
try and
is-
find
yeah.
the plot.
Looks to me like someone had broken out instead of in.
I figured that.
There's a
That's
plot?
impossible. Look, Colonel.
That's a huge
some
plot
things
of
just
land.
can't happen.
Yeah, well, after that apparition that was draped across Mr. Trent's patio, I would say we should keep our minds open to anything.
Look, Colonel,
Bang,
I'm a policeman.
bang,
I've got
bang.
to deal in facts. But
Yeah,
I
see?
guess I'll have to go
Yeah.
along with you. You know, I'll bet my
Bang.
badge right now. We haven't seen the last of those weirdies.
Meanwhile, with the weirdies
They'll discover our ship soon.
and all of our ham
Good
radio
looking pilot.
collections.
It's the only way. These are the same men who have been so close so often. They must be halted before they can inform others about us.
But there were others in the car.
I
They'll
thought
be
the
taken
goal
to-
was to make people aware of you.
Send the big
Their
Can
power
they-
cannot be matched by
on the
humans.
dictal robbery so we may converse with them.
Can they not go to another cemetery?
No, this is the only one. I can only use this cemetery.
Grain.
You won't get the raise. No
Grapes.
raise for you.
You know, maybe we're barking up the wrong tree.
One thing a policeman learns, Mr. Trent. is
Well, we've been
patience.
staring at
Where's
this
that
grave
burn
for
spot
20
you
minutes and
Right over
still
there.
can't figure this out.
Look.
Can't believe Chernobyl is finally overreacting.
It's hard to
We'll
believe that none
investigate.
of us noticed
Move
that
carefully.
until you pointed it out. Now hit E
my
to
God.
perform a takedown. I'm gonna get you. I got you.
My God.
Give him the big old shoulder slap.
Just now occurred to
Scream
me
a
at the
little louder. She passed out from all the excitement.
A moment or two more, and you will be the first live Earth people ever to enter a celestial ship.
See, he needs those radios to contact
How can anything
Xenu,
that big hide for so long?
or whatever the name of the alien from the last movie was.
Never heard metal sound like that before. What do you see? Only my reflection. Must be some kind of one-way glass.
I wonder how you get into this thing. I'm not sure I want to find out.
Whoo-wee, you do not want to go in there for at least another 2 hours.
They're just
Wasn't that the entrance to the building?
I thought that so too.
Like the same one that those guys are trying to
You
enter?
can open the outer hatch now.
Apparently not.
Yes, the outer hatch is controlled by this big, gigantic dial.
You going in that thing? That's what we're here for.
Oh, snap.
I don't know the way these things.
Entering the Dragon's Den at last.
Off it goes. That's a chance we take.
Well, I took a chance on those earlier airplanes. Might just as well see what the inside of one of these looks like. Got your guns ready?
I tell you one thing, if a little green man pops out of me, I'm shooting first and asking questions later.
They're in the outer chamber now. Eros, do we have to kill them?
Yes.
Seems such a waste.
Why?
Well, wouldn't it be better to kill a few now than, with their meddling, permit them to destroy the entire universe?
Just kill a few now and then
Of course.
everyone
But
else
those are not
later.
my words.
There'll be tons
Those
of fun.
are the words of the ruler.
You two stay right where
The
you're
gig
at.
is up, Xenu.
We will do
Your
as
alien technological technology is no match for American unity in the face of a red scare.
And guns.
You do not need guns.
Maybe we think we do.
They would be of no use to you now.
They've been mighty useful before.
The purple-suited wonders are about
And
to
you
fuck
two
around
look
and
like
find
you've got a
out.
lot of
You had the red scare. This is the purple scare.
True. They would be effective upon us. If you were
Attempting
have
to
the
make use of a
opportunity to
human's
use them.
vulnerability
Mister,
in their nether
You
region.
don't get away from that control board, I'll show you just how effective they can be.
Shall we talk now or wait? Your friends will be here shortly.
What friend?
Those you left at the vehicle.
If you've done anything to Paula...
Take it easy, Mr. Trent. Oh, I assure you no harm has come to her. Would you like to see?
Holy
Apparently
fuck.
not.
Try that, I won't aim at the board.
You're a headstrong
Is
young
that
man.
a Swiss Army?
I was only
Is
going
that
to turn on the
a
televisor so you could see her movements.
No, we cannot turn
single
on our
action
televisor to watch CNN.
Go ahead, my friend, but move very carefully.
He's stealing the girl.
Don't you love it
She's
when
only
the guy gets the girl in the end?
You fiend.
That's a wrap, everyone.
I? A fiend? I am a soldier of our planet.
I've killed
I-
millions!
A fiend? We did not come here as enemies. We came only with friendly intentions, to talk, to ask your aid.
Our aid?
Yes, your aid for the whole universe. But your governments of Earth refused even to accept our existence. Even though you've seen us, heard our messages, you still refuse to accept us.
Why is it so important that you want to contact the governments of our Earth?
It was spam, sorry.
Because all you of Earth are idiots.
Now, you just hold on, Buster.
No, you hold on. First was
Buster.
your firecracker, a harmless explosive. Then your hand grenade. They began to kill your own people a few at a time. Then the bomb. Then a larger bomb.
And
Many
then an
people are
even
killed
bigger
at one
bomb.
time. Then your scientists stumbled upon the atom bomb. Split the atom. Then the hydrogen bomb, where you actually explode the air itself.
That's not how
Now
that
brings
works.
the total destruction of the entire universe served by our sun. The only explosion left is the solar night.
Why, there's no such thing.
Perhaps to you.
True. That
But
gotta
we've
go
known
true
it for
on that.
centuries. Your scientists will stumble upon it as they have all the others. But the juvenile minds which you possess will not comprehend its strength until it's too late.
You're way above our heads.
The solar night is a way to explode the actual particles of sunlight.
Why, that's impossible.
Even now, your scientists are working on a way to harness the sun's rays. The rays of sunlight are minute particles. Is it so far from your imagination they cannot do as I have suggested?
False.
Why, a particle of
Gotta go
sunlight
false.
can't even be seen or measured.
Can you see or measure an atom? Yet you can explode one. A ray of sunlight is made up of many atoms.
So what if we do develop this solanite bomb? We'd be even a stronger nation than now.
Stronger. You see? You see? Your stupid minds. Stupid! Stupid!
That's all I'm taking from you.
Get back here, you fool!
Holy crap.
Let him finish.
The strategy of calling all the Earth people stupid isn't working out. He's turned green, hasn't he?
It's because of men like you that all must be destroyed. Headstrong, violent, no use of the mind God gave you.
You talk of God?
You also think it impossible that we too might think of God? You, who wear the uniform of your country, you see, I wear the uniform of my country. Yes, we've had to use drastic
And yes,
means
mine
to get to
does
you,
look
but you
stupider
left
than
us
yours.
no alternative. When you have the solar night, you have nothing. Nor does the universe.
You speak of solar night, but just what is it?
It's a word I made
Take
up.
a can of your gasoline. Say, this can of gasoline is the sun. Now, you spread a thin line of it to a ball, representing the earth. Now, the gasoline represents the sunlight, the sun particles. Here we saturate the ball with the gasoline, the sunlight. Then we put a flame to the ball. The flame will speedily travel around the earth, back along the line of gasoline to the can, or the sun itself. It will explode this source and spread to every place that gasoline, our sunlight, touches. Explode the sunlight here, gentlemen.
So it's not even outer space.
Explode the sunlight here, and a chain reaction will occur direct to the sun itself and to all the planets that sunlight touches, to every planet in the universe. This is why you must be stopped. This
Sounds
is why
good as
any
though.
means must be used to stop you. In a friendly manner, or as it seems, you want it. He's mad.
Mad? Is it mad?
Our planet.
All back in the middle of the desert, apparently.
What happened to you?
How come you're all alone? I asked for lots of help.
You sounded drunk or something on the radio.
If I didn't see it with my own eyes, I'd never believe it.
Believe what?
It was horrible.
There's a Lady
He almost
Dracula
broke my
standing
shoulder.
there.
Look, what are you trying to say? If you don't make sense,
She
we'll
is
never get
still
to the
alive
bottom
up
of this.
now?
Now, who slugged you?
Or unalive, as it were.
Anything.
It was Clay, all right. Only not like we remembered him. Well, his grave was busted into, wasn't it?
Next, you'll tell me you saw skeletons.
I did see skeletons.
Earlier.
Now I know you're off your rocker.
All of us saw it. The lieutenant, the colonel, everybody.
Where's the lieutenant now?
She's gone
We
off
gotta
once
find
again to
her.
try and find the
Mrs.
plot.
Trenner's gone.
Still
I
can't
was
find
left
it.
here to guard her. But Clay showed up and put me out of the running. And the second time tonight, and I'm getting darn tired of it.
Which way were they going?
Off that way.
Come on.
Still waiting for a fly to go into his open, dumb mouth and he chokes on it.
Then one day it could all be gone.
Probably more than a few have.
One big puff of smoke. And
How else does a zombie get sustenance anyway?
all that out there. The
Photosynthesis?
stars, the planets, all just an empty void.
You two had better come along with us.
Come with you? Where?
The police station.
So it
Oh, no,
seems you
sorry.
think you have the
I
upper
just
hand.
thought of a really funny joke from this episode of Rick and Morty last night.
Jeff.
Harrison Ford manages to stay alive even this far into the movie.
She is unarmed. But he would kill in seconds if I so choose.
Holy cow.
Hey. The Northern Lights at this time of year,
Look
at
there.
this place.
Localized entirely in this cemetery?
It's Clay, all right.
Yes.
There's no mistaking that.
May I see it?
And he's got Mrs. Trent.
Gun
No.
ready.
Well, I mean,
From all
Oh.
I've seen
hands
tonight,
right
guns
there.
won't do any good. Clay is dead, and we buried him. How are we going to kill somebody that's already dead? Dead! And yet there he stands. That other one earlier, I emptied a full clip into.
I'm seeing it. That's the only reason I'm listening to you. Look,
I'll beat him with a
I've got
stick.
an idea. Hurt him or not, we've got to try something. I'm going to sneak up behind him and whop him over the head. That ought to make a move.
This curiously sharpened
Even
stick.
when Clay was alive, he couldn't run fast enough to catch me. So when he does, you grab Mrs. Trent and run like lightning in the opposite direction.
I mean, that's
You
great,
think
but
it'll
can we
work?
go back to the part
anything
where
else
you
to
and
try?
Clay apparently chased each other around when he was alive?
What the f-
He's dead!
That's like all hard-headed.
Oh,
Now he's
I'll be
really
all right.
dead.
Bruh, she
Take
is
care of the
fully
others.
erect.
Your men have felled the big one.
Curses. Wood.
This could only happen because
Her
the
one
electrode
weakness.
ray is off. He'll walk again when I turn it on.
M. Night Shyamalan
Right
was
there.
right.
Suppose the lieutenant and the others are in that thing.
Curse your sudden
Maybe
but
they're
inevitable
Martians or something in
betrayal.
there.
Come on, let's go.
This has got to be the most inconspicuous building in the entire set.
Open up in there. Open up.
FBI, open up.
Get that door open. Colonel, I wouldn't know one switch from another.
Come in, oil. I repeat, come in, oil.
Just throw a lab beaker at him. Let me just break a few more things and see if something happens. I'm gonna hit you with my ham radio.
Get out of here, Jeff. The ship's on fire.
Apparently the ship's on fire.
Ooh.
And then he exploded. Okay, bye!
Self-destruct sequence activated.
5 hours until self-destruct. Holy shit, that's a lot of time.
Oh.
Oh my god.
That is a lot of fire.
This UFO is fucking raw.
Ah, I wonder if that's the last we'll see of them. Perhaps. But sooner or later, there'll be others. Look!
Have they caught that woman?
Just goes to show you,
That
there's a
thing yet?
spooky, scary skeleton
That's
in all
right.
of us.
There's another ghoul running loose. And it's my guess that she'll look like him. With the ship and the ray gun gone, they have no control.
Maybe the real friends
We gotta hand it to
maybe
them,
the real
though, they-
lesson were the skeletons that we made along the way.
Yeah, look at those guys. They're way beyond our technology. We could never do something like that.
Bam. Oh.
My friend, you have seen this incident based on sworn testimony. Can you prove that it didn't happen?
Yeah, I think I
Perhaps
can.
on your way home, someone will pass you in the dark, and you will never know it, for they will be from outer
I
space.
can't get over this guy's toupee or whatever the hell he's got going on with that curl in his hair.
He's got Donald Trump hair.
We once
They
laughed
still weren't from outer space.
the
They were
airplane, the
close.
telephone, the electric light, vitamins, radio, and even television.
Other random
And
things
now
that I
some
just
of us laugh at
happen to
outer
be
space.
saying.
Kinder eggs.
God help us in the future.
God help us after this movie. Yeah, can I get my pay now?
The end.
Oh.
And that was the
Yeah.
Citizen Kane of terrible movies, ladies and gentlemen.
This was an experience.
It really says something about terrible movies that this was actually somewhat enjoyable.
It's the funny kind of terrible.
Yeah, like so bad it's so good, basically.
Sets made of plywood using the same sound stage 50 times.
Reusing shots like 5 times.
How often
I did
do you
notice that.
How many films do you know of that just combine horror and science fiction and fantasy in one set?
A surprising amount, actually.
Okay, fair enough.
It's fun. The UFO was made of plywood. They just painted over some plywood, and they were like, "Oh no, it's made of metal."
Silver plywood. Silverwood.
I think it would have been better if the actors were made of plywood.
They basically were.
They were pretty fucking fragile.
We never did figure out what happened to the Lady Dracula.
I think she was
Something
implied to
made
be
on
the
the
skeleton,
earth.
right?
No, I think they were saving that for the sequel.
Plan 10?
Yeah, Plan 10 from outer space. See,
Plan 10.
then they were gonna do Plan 11, and then like 8 plans that came before this, kind of like what George Lucas did with Star Wars.
Plan 2022.
Oh.
The moment is ripe and the copyright is finished, I'm sure.
There's a lot of music that's gonna get flagged in this.
Well, my plan is to get drunk after this one, I know that for sure.
I'm gonna play some Mass Effect, you know, some good sci-fi.
Yeah,
Sure.
course.
We should watch Blade Runner together sometime, but that's not a bad film.
What movie?
I was joking that we should watch Blade Runner sometime, but that's not a bad film.
I have Rocket Attack USA.
What?
Rocket Attack USA.
What's this about a rock attacking USA?
Rocket Attack USA. It's this dumb propaganda movie from the 50s about the Red Scare and them nuking the United States.
So pretty much like Red Dawn, basically.
Yeah, but this one's pretty awful.
I'll watch whatever you put on.
All right. When should we do this again?
We could try to make this a monthly event, I guess.
That was
It's up
my
to you.
plan, actually.
Monthly one is fine.
It's just kind of unfortunate that I'm not at my physical PC to watch this, but thankfully we could do it through my phone, so.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. Stuff happens. All right. Tell you what, let's go like this. I don't know when we're going to do this again, but it will probably be next month, and it will probably be a Saturday.
Yeah. And also, may I request that maybe Lawler should choose the next movie, because I chose the first one. This was chosen by you, Hunter, and maybe they should choose the third one.
I like that idea.
That works for me. Although I have to warn you guys, my ground floor for awful movies is pretty high, so
As long as we can stream it on YouTube, it should be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it's not YouTube, if I were to say find it through one of them funky sites, would that be acceptable? But I don't know.
I'm more
We'll think about it.
thinking of the copyright flagging system. We'd have to be able to stream it on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is why we're doing all these royalty-free garbage movies.
Yeah, you can find them collected in one place.
Does it have to be a shitty, like, old film, or can it be one of those rip-off films that
Either
still
or.
get... Like, there's some real nightmare fuel things out there that I used to just find and watch to pass the time. Stuff like the one company that makes movie rip-offs like Atlantic Rim or some shit like that.
Asylum. I'm very familiar.
Yeah, Asylum.
Yeah. Those are classics.
I've reviewed 2 of their films.
May God bless your soul.
The Titanic 2 review is the highest viewed video on the channel.
What's the other one?
The other one was Sharknado. That one's newer.
Sharknado is an Asylum film?
Yes.
Oh, no shit. I thought that was like an official film, because I always see memes about it.
And it's partly sci-fi. I mean, the channel is sci-fi.
Is the Sci-Fi Channel still a thing? I don't really watch television anymore,
Yes,
but...
it is.
Okay. So I remember they used to have a lot of funky films like that. Like, remember that time they were planning on giving someone who participated in the Stanley reality show their own film, and they just pretty much made him a cameo in, like, some weird film involving giant snakes or some shit.
There are many giant snake movies.
Yeah, after they stopped running Stargate, they pretty much exclusively ran bad movies. And then they had, well, they ran Killjoys and The Expanse for a while.
I heard The Expanse was pretty good, or at least the
Expanse is
novel.
amazing. I love that show. I've reviewed that too.
All right, then. I'll look around for a film. I have a couple in mind, but I'll have to make sure they're actually on YouTube first.
All right.
We can just send you the link where to look for these copyright-free movies.
It doesn't have to be like specifically on YouTube for us to watch it. It just we have to be able to get it past the copyright ID system.
I get you. Whatever I find out, I'll go ahead and send it to you so we can like double check to make sure.
All right. Works for me.
All right.
Anyway, I guess we're done.
Thanks for coming, everyone.
Thanks for coming, guys. Keep circulating the
Thank
VODs.
you. Thank you, everyone. This was fun.
And Headhunter and Cal, it's been a pleasure as always. Till we meet again.
Till we meet again.
Till we meet again.